Good morning everybody, how is it going? Today we're playing Open Angel Arena, mostly because I am still sick. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you. Right, like I'm working on getting healthy of course, but it's a work in progress. So I wanted to just go and play some Open Angel Arena because you know what, I like this mode, this is my game. This is something I enjoy doing, I think you guys don't mind seeing it. And so I think it's a pretty decent choice. Now we gotta make sure we don't actually get fucked up by this Stormhammer too much. Oh god, he's running right on top of me. Okay, we gotta be apart. Alright, gotta be split apart, else we get Stormhammered, or maybe not. There we go. Damn it, they hit both of us. Maybe I was trying too hard to not get hit. Oh well. And, oh, I wanted that one. That's fine. I'm gonna get this one though. Nice. So, Open Angel Arena. Game has been released for almost a week now. And I think it's a lot of fun. I hope you guys think it's a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm working on the balance like all the time. Like seriously, balance is constantly happening, right? I changed Shiva's guard. Like Shiva's guard is no longer Shiva's Kuras. There is just Shiva's guard and Assault Kuras 5. So that's like one of the big new things. We nerfed Bristleback really hard. He's much weaker now than he was before. I mostly changed it so that his farming rotation around the map in the early game uses up about, I don't know, like 50% more mana and takes about 50% longer. Something like that. So he is not broken anymore, I don't think so. From my experience with Bristleback in my games, I don't even mind him being on the enemy team because he's not that dangerous, right? So, yeah, anyway, let me go and get Iron Talon right away. Iron Talon is really nice for the early game, especially if you're a melee hero. But yeah, so like Bristleback has been nerfed, right, which I think is really good news, right? He was really strong. Nerfed some other things, like for example Dagon was a bit of a problem. It no longer is a problem. Dagon is now different. In fact, I kind of reworked how Dagon works. I previously just gave you a lot of damage, but now it gives you a lot of intelligence along with the damage, which is actually spell amp for all of your other abilities. A max level Dagon does give you 15% spell amp, which is pretty strong. That's a lot, right? Another thing we are currently working on implementing is, you can see right now, not every item has like level 5 upgrades, right? For example, Mantis Star only goes up to level 4, and we have, I don't know, only level 2 of Pipe, and 4 Staff doesn't even have like proper upgrades. It just like combines into other stuff, but you cannot have like a 4 Staff 5. That's something we are changing in an upcoming patch that is currently being worked on. And by the way, this is something that if you are interested in helping out with this, right, you can very easily do so, because you don't need to have any special talents or anything to be able to do the work needed for this. It's literally just somebody needs to sit down and put in the numbers, which is currently mostly Warp Dragon and Gecko, I believe. They're the two people that do it on our Discord. But you can help out, anybody can help with that. Like, that is super simple, right? But as I was saying, we're gonna make it so that every single item in the game goes up to level 5. And by every single one of them, I don't mean actually every one, but every significant one, right? Every item that is actually somewhat, you know, like impactful on the game. Because like, if we actually do every single one, then, you know, there's no need for Wraith Band 5 is essentially my point, right? Like, no Wraith Band 5, but why no Aquila 5, I guess? Actually, maybe not Aquila. Aquila already goes up to Stacula, that seems fine. But, for example, I was talking about 4 Staff, right? There will be a 4 Staff 5, there will be a Blink Dagger 5, there will be a Manta Style 5, there will be Drums 5. Like, all of that is just gonna go all the way up. And the idea there is simply to give people more options, because people always build for the late game anyway, which essentially meant that while these items were originally intended to just kind of serve as like an early game thing, people do not do that ever. I don't do it because it's not good, it's not fun, it doesn't feel nice. So why not get rid of it, right? Like, if that old design principle just doesn't work out, then let's just toss it out and let's just do something new. So we're gonna do that new thing, right? We're gonna make it so every single item in the game goes up to level 5. And that should also let me make it so that support items are actually viable. Like, for example, the Yule's 5 I'll make really powerful, and Force Staff, I'll have Force Staff have like 150 health regeneration on it, because why not, right? Like, let's make it weird, because that's gonna be pretty fun. So that's kind of the idea, right? That's what's happening there. I'm totally building right-click Lycan, by the way. There's no point going for pushing summon Lycan in Angel Arena, is there? That's not really that powerful. Lots of other stuff is also constantly being worked on, right? Like, one of the big weaknesses I think the mode has is that it doesn't give proper kill gold. Killing seems really dumb because you don't actually get any reward for it. And also, it kind of makes it so that, like, for example, at one time I was playing a game as Bounty Hunter, and I had 10 kills in 5 minutes, right? Because I was just like constantly running over to the enemy side of the map, and I was sniping them left and right. You know, they were trying to do things, they just couldn't. They were just constantly getting fucked over by me coming in. And I had nothing. After getting 10 kills in 5 minutes, I was level 2, right? Like, because hero kills are just not worth anything. Like, I had no money. My entire team would have been better off if I had just... Well, actually, no, that's not true, right? But I would have been better off if I had just decided to farm up. I would have had more money, and I don't think that's how it should work. So that's gonna be changing. We are also in the new in the new hero gold mechanics. We're going to include a comeback mechanic, something that allows you to rubber band a little bit if you fall behind too much, which is probably a good idea, right? Nothing crazy. Right, currently the plan is to literally just take the regular Dota, like the rubber band mechanics of regular Dota, and implement those and see how those play out, because I think they might already be enough. Right, looking at the numbers and such, I'm like, this could very well be enough. I don't think, I think there's a good chance we don't even have to change anything about this. So that is what we're gonna try first, and we're just gonna implement regular Dota's gold mechanics, and if that ends up not being the case, then we can always adjust it later, right? Okay, first boss of the game down. Hot Camp is the first boss of the game. That's just how it is. Alright. So, next up, I think Desolator is all across. We're just gonna go hard. And hard, probably. Talking about going hard. Let's go hard. Are we gonna see Greater Grease soon? Yes, actually. Greater Grease are in our test client. We haven't really gotten around to testing them too much yet, but... what Greater Grease are gonna do is, first of all, they're Guardian Grease, so they're gonna work as Guardian Grease. But they will give you creep assist gold. So if somebody is killing creeps around you, then you get money for that. Alright, that's gonna like let supports...
We're League now.
That's... Does League do that? I don't even know that. Well, the idea is just to let support... Oh, cool. Well, the idea is just to let supports get money without having to farm themselves.
Yeah, but that's exactly a League item. You buy it and you get gold for not last sitting, but just sitting next to it.
Well, I think it's a good idea. I mean, not everything that's League is automatically a bad idea, right? Like, this is something where I understand that is gonna be like, oh my god, Baumi, how dare you insinuate not everything League does is horrible. But I don't think everything League does is automatically terrible just because League does it, right? I don't like the game, but I think there's definitely some good design there. There's a reason why it's so popular, right? And I don't know, like the vote button, right? This right here, that's something I just straight up ripped off of League, and I knew they had that. I didn't know they had creep assist gold mechanics, but well, that's gonna be how our Guardian Grease work. Guardian Grease are also gonna work in such a way that you can just upgrade mana boots into farming boots and then infuse them with the mecha at any point you like. You don't need to immediately have the mecha. Or you don't need to like have the full Guardian Grease before you can turn them into farming boots. So, yeah. Alright, cool. Cool. I guess we got that covered. We got ourselves a Desolator. You guys wanna try killing a boss? I think we can do it.
Yep.
I got Desolator, I got big minus armor. We got my attack speed slow from the Jakiro. Yeah, lots of attack speed slow from him. We should totally
And
be
I
able
got
to
my
do this.
child support.
Let's go. Oh, then here's the new fancy Kunkka skin. Alright. Alright. But yeah, we are working on a lot of stuff. I don't think the game mode is perfect yet, by any means. I don't think it will ever be perfect. But it is a really cool project to work on, and yeah. So, please tell me, by the way, if you have any like issues with the game, or if you think there's anything we could change to make it better, implement a new feature or something like that. I'm always open to suggestions. Like we have implemented suggestions that, you know, I saw before. Like that's just something that has happened where I'm like, oh, that's a good idea, let's put that in. And so we did. Right, so don't be too afraid to leave comments like, hey, Baumi, here's something that I think would be neat. Right, like, absolutely, let's go. Right. Ooh, I'm not sure. I guess I'm gonna go with the health.
It works really weird.
I don't know. Not sure which one is better there. We got our walls now. Honestly, I'm probably only going to use those for scouting. I don't think I'll ever summon them any other time. Because they're just gonna like block me and do really not much else. Oh, thank you for the creep. I'll gladly take that. That's kind of you. Convenient. Sure, I'll definitely grab that. But yeah, so let me also go ahead and just address some issues people have. People are saying the game crashes a lot. I've experienced that too. The reason the game crashes is actually not really anything we can fix though. It's because we don't have dedicated servers yet. No, why don't we have dedicated servers? Because Valve hasn't given them to us yet. It's not something we have any choice over. We don't have any control over this. Valve just randomly assigns people or games dedicated to... Well, this is inconvenient. Yeah, somebody's disconnected, so I'm not gonna be in a duel here. But this is just something that Valve decides randomly, kind of. Right? They just say, you have dedicated servers now. You don't get a notice. You don't learn anything before you have them. They just assign them. There's no way to apply for it. There's no way to get it any earlier than Valve hands them to you. And as such, we cannot really do anything. Like, I guess we could make a Reddit post about it, but you guys know how that's gonna go. If I make a Reddit post about wanting dedicated servers for my game, then that kind of guarantees. Yeah. So, that's not a good idea. Let's not do that. They are still being a little bit peculiar over there. But yeah. So that's just kind of, you know, like... I would really like to have dedicated servers, but we cannot get them until Valve decides to just let us have them. And there's really nothing else we can do. So we are just gonna have to wait and hope that they eventually decide to give them to us. Right, like that's the plan, that's the strategy. Here, have a howl. That might be useful. With attack speed now.
I didn't get him, fuck!
I wasn't in the duel because there's a disconnect, right? But yeah, so the crashes, that's an issue that we cannot really do anything about. It's almost like there's almost 100% chance that the crashes are only happening because of the lack of dedicated servers and machines not being able to like properly host the game. Because it's much more difficult to, you know, like host and play at the same time than to just join. I don't think people... Well, okay, so there are crashes that people just like disconnect, especially at the start of the game. Right, actually mostly at the start of the game. I have almost exclusively only seen it at the start of the game. Not so much at other times. But, you know, anyway.
But if they will be like him,
there are issues, we're working on them. A lot of them are going to get fixed just once we get dedicated servers. But there's not much else we can do. And a lot of people also seem to misunderstand like what a crash is, because like I've seen people say that just like, oh, it just timed out and then the lobby shut down. Yeah, most likely your host just left. Right? Like there wasn't any crash there. Your host just didn't want to continue playing anymore and he just decided to leave. There is a chance, of course, that the host crashed. That could happen. But it's not as likely. Alright. So yeah. Anyway, I think the game mode is a lot of fun. I'm still the player with the most games. Because, like, I have this... I don't know. I have this very hand-on philosophy if it comes to balance. And let me actually, like... So, I've been, like... I don't know, I recently got into kind of an argument with some of the people on the team. And essentially it came down to this. Is that I was saying... There was... This thing here just needs to be changed. And then people were saying, no, it doesn't. And I'm like, but why? I have played with it. I have played with it multiple times. I have seen it played in my games, and it is too strong. And then they're like, yeah, but we don't have any reports or any numbers on that. So the problem is actually, we don't have any numbers on anything right now. Because our stats tracking still isn't working for some reason. We don't know why. We have no idea why the stats tracking isn't working. But it's not working. Right? And so people were saying that, well, you know, like, it is much more valuable to use, like, hard numbers to balance a game than it is to use anecdotal evidence, like actually playing the game. I personally am of the opinion that if you want to, like, balance a video game, or I guess any game, I guess, what you need to do is you need to play it. You need to play it and you need to be good at it. Right? If you aren't good at a game, you can't balance it. No matter how many numbers you've got, no many hard facts you've got. I'm not saying you need to be the best player in the world, but you gotta be good at it, right? And that's just kind of like where, you know, we had some disagreements over that, where I'm just like, you guys aren't even playing the game. That's like a problem I had with them, is just like complaining about my changes. Because I'm just like, you guys aren't even playing the fucking game. You, you both had like 8 games played each. I am at 50. Right? Like, it's just not even comparable. And that's just like, ever since we started tracking stats. Because it's actually funny. Our stats systems aren't working. Except for except for games played. That's the only statistic that actually works. Everything else isn't. For some reason. No idea why. No idea why everything else isn't working. And this one stat is working. But that's just how it is.
Did you just crit him to death?
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to be, like, rambling here. Don't want to, like, I don't know. The point here isn't to say that my team is horrible. No, no, no. It's just, I just found it to be an interesting disagreement, right? Like, essentially came down to some people saying, hey, you know, like, it doesn't matter if you actually play the game. The only thing that matters is if you have numbers. And they had a few numbers from a few people, right? And I'm just like, no, it doesn't matter if you have numbers if you don't actually play the game. Like, I think it is more important that you play the game than to have numbers. Numbers help you understand the things you see in an actual match, but it doesn't actually mean that you can balance based only off of that. My opinion, my thinking there comes mostly from experience, I guess, right? I have seen loads and loads of video games release patches, and people were like, well, this is clearly broken, this right here is clearly a problem, and, you know, like, this right here is gonna be the best thing in the game. Like, look at the most recent Hearthstone expansion, right? In the most recent Hearthstone expansion, there was a card called Queen Karnasa, and Queen Karnasa was a card where people were, like, complaining about it so fucking hard. They were saying, oh shit. Well, that's actually kind of funny. That is not a bug, by the way. That is actually expected behavior that he got teleported over there. Anyway. But people were saying with Queen Karnasa is going to completely break the game and make the game unplayable. Right? And it's just, it is going to be so overpowered that nobody will want to play Hearthstone anymore. That ended up being a load of horseshit. Queen Karnasa is horrible. Queen Karnasa is a card. Is it called Queen Karnasa? The Marsh Queen is the quest. The Hunter quest is what I'm talking about. I'm not sure. Let's just keep referring to it as Queen Karnasa. I may have the name wrong, but I think I've got it right. Point being, people were like, no. This is going to completely ruin the game. It's going to make, you know, everything awful, and it is just going to make the game unplayable because this is going to be so broken that nothing else becomes viable. That's what people were thinking, and not even just one person. There were many people that were looking at that card that way, and we're like, this is obviously broken. The card is unplayably bad. It is not just bad, it is so bad that there is no good deck with it. Right? You cannot even just casually put it into your deck and then build a good deck otherwise, then it doesn't do anything. The card is completely and utterly unplayable. Garbage beyond every comprehension. Right? So, and that's kind of like something that has happened a lot in the history of Hearthstone, has happened in the history of Dota as well, where a new patch gets released and people look at it and it's just like, this is going to be the most broken thing. Or something that happens more frequently is people don't look at something and then they don't pay proper attention to something that ends up being really powerful. So for example, something that I remember very clearly is in the patch where they introduced Luna's new Aghanims, where it like makes the Luna Aghanims shoot really quickly. Nobody was talking about it. Like seriously, nobody was talking about it. It just wasn't something people cared about. Right? And I remember like making a video and being like, dude, this shit is crazy. Right? But nobody really like considered it, you know, or spent a lot of time, I don't know, talking about it because they just didn't think it was going to be a big deal. But that is actually a weak example. The real big example that I always bring up is Mirana's Ultimate. Mirana's Ultimate, when Mirana's Ultimate, not Ultimate, Mirana's Aghanims, there we go. When Mirana's Aghanims got introduced into Dota, the new, you know, like double Starfall effect, that kind of thing, everybody disregarded it. Or like, everybody was like, whatever. This isn't gonna be good. It ended up being nerfed like 10 times in a row. There were specific patches only to nerf that Aghanims effect. That thing got fucking run into the ground because of how insanely powerful it actually is. But people didn't think it was actually gonna be good. That's because the difference between actually seeing something in play and seeing something, you know, just on the numbers, you can't really base everything off of that. There was another Hearthstone example. There's a card called The Caverns Below. When The Caverns Below was first announced, everybody was like, this is terrible. Right? This is garbage. It is probably the most meta-defining card right now, right? It is something that just completely, like, is something that every single deck in the game needs to consider when building the deck, if they can deal with this or not. It's a huge deal. So, yeah. Anyway. Enough Hearthstone talk, I guess. It's not really about Hearthstone. I'm just trying to talk about the whole balance situation. By the way, the little crepes you see up there, that's something we are working on implementing better as well. They are called simple bosses. A simple boss is literally just a unit with regular Dota abilities. But, you know, like passive abilities they got. But the simple bosses are supposed to make the game a little bit more, like, are supposed to be a little bit more interesting than just like regular right-click bosses. And they are. It's just not in their current implemented form. Right? Eventually you're gonna be facing, like, imagine you're facing like a tier 3 Shrek. But he's got Fury Swipes. You gotta change tank eventually. Sorry. Alright, let's see what we can find here. Oh, it clings. Oh no, it's Sven. Oh, he's level 12. Oh shit. I feel kind of bad now. Oh yeah, he didn't stand a chance at all. Yeah, we're completely destroying them. Oops. I just spilled on myself. Okay. Well, isn't that great? So, yeah. Anyway. You know, I like him getting big. Big and strong and beefy. Run in there. I don't know, I feel a little bad for doing this. The new gold mechanics will also hopefully help with snowballing a little bit. Right, again, we are still actively developing this game. There's constantly stuff being changed around and fixed up and hopefully made better. Right, because like I think right now this game is, well, it's alpha, right? I think it's fun, but it's not done by any means, and you can feel it. Where it's just like, this is just lacking in many regards. But hey, we're gonna get there. Alright, we're just gonna keep going at it. Just gotta keep trying. Can we take our creep, please? Oh. Feel a little sad now. Well, I guess I'm just gonna continue like farming then.
Does it work?
I have one too many upgrade cores, funnily enough. I have one too many. But yeah, another thing that I kind of like consider in my patches. So like in the most recent patch there was a change to MKB that actually, like, it didn't change much, like in the sense of making the item more powerful or less powerful or anything like that. Instead what it did is it made the item more consistent. Right, like I essentially made the mini bash damage deal less damage and increased the regular damage Monkey King Bar gives you. The idea there was just to make it be less reliant on getting procs. I don't know, I don't really like randomness too much. But you guys know that, eh? Look at these fucking creeps. Oh, they're funny. Yeah. I hope you guys don't mind watching this too much. Like, this is just me kind of rambling about plans, you know, in terms of Open Angel Arena and like discussing design, I guess, and such. I find it really interesting, but I don't know if it is. So why did we remove Shiva's Kuras is probably something that a lot of people are interested in. Shiva's Kuras, I personally think was an unhealthy design. What is an unhealthy design? Right, I think Shiva's Kuras was unhealthy because it removed the possible plays you could do. It removed options. It made the game less varied in terms of item builds. Because, well, you need armor, right? Like, if you want to survive in a late game, more often than not, you gotta go for some sort of defensive item. Because things just become really powerful. Now, what defensive item you go for is really up to you, right? Except it's not. It wasn't really, because, like, you want armor. Well, there is usually two, like, kind of three options. Right? In regular Dota, you have three options. You have the Lotus Orb, you have Shiva's Guard, and you have a Soul Cross. Those are your three big armor items that you can go for. Except in our game, Lotus Orb is just kind of on its own, doesn't really upgrade properly yet. And Shiva's Guard and a Soul Cross become one. So you always go for Shiva's Cross, right? Like, everybody always buys it. Now, we could just make it worse then, but like, we're still just removing options from the game. And something I didn't like about that design is that it actually now kind of forces us to merge the stats, right? Because like, Shiva's Guard 3 and Soul Cross 3, I thought was perfectly balanced, right? Like, I thought they were great in terms of balance, everything was right on point there. The problem came in with Assault Cross 1, because Assault Cross was a tier... no, Shiva's Cross 1. Shiva's Cross 1 was a tier 4 item, which means it comes after Soul Cross 3 and Shiva's Guard 3. God, this is difficult. Okay, we got a whole bunch of these right now. We could go ahead and upgrade all of our shit. Look at how fancy we are. Like, seriously, look at the inventory. Doesn't that look really fucking cool? Like, how the items become, like, cooler looking and such. I think that's amazing. Right, it's still super clear what items everybody has. I mean, you look at that and you know exactly what's going on. Right, you know exactly this is an Aghanim's. But it looks bigger and better and fancy. Oh my god, I love it so much. So, the problem now is if we now merge Shiva's Guard 3 and Soul Cross 3, which again I thought were balanced just fine. I thought they were at a really nice point. then we need to kind of combine their stats, right? Because else you're actually losing out on stats, and that doesn't feel good, does it? It feels horrible, right? Like you just combined your two items, your two powerful items, and you lost stats in the process. But now if we make them just straight up combine and you get both benefits from them, then if you make them just straight up combine and you get the benefits that both items give you, then you are in a situation where you end up with shit. Well, it's never gonna happen like this, man. Okay. Jakiro does actually do a lot of damage. Yeah. That Macropire, it's pure as well. Yeah, that does actually do a lot of damage. Yeah, so anyway. Right, but then we need to merge them so that they keep both of their stats. But in that case, we're creating one super broken item. Or we need to merge them in a way where they don't keep both of the stats, but then you're losing stats as you upgrade it. Both of them are a problem, right? We could then nerf the earlier levels, so level 4 is then balanced, but that then means because the earlier levels were already balanced, that those need to be, that those are now underpowered, right? You see the problem, and that's why we decided to just remove it. Because it's just a really unhealthy item. Bad design. It's also something that I mostly just implemented, because I'm just like, well, other Angel Arenas got it, whatever, I'll just put it in, right? Like it was, I didn't ever spend a lot of time thinking about it. And that just was not a good idea. That was just straight up a mistake. Oh well. So we've got everything at level 2 except for our boots. I mean, we're just like disgustingly powerful. It's actually a little crazy. It is actually a little bit insane. Oh no, that was a mistake. That was not a good idea, but I think there's another tier 2 here, so we can kill that guy. And then just go from there. I'm also gonna start working on Shrek now. No, don't attack my... Fuck. I needed those. I actually can't do this without them. Do you have Shiva? Oh yeah, he's got Shiva. Okay, then we can do it. Yeah, let me tank. Is he attacking me? I think so. Because if he attacks me, then we're actually in a really fine spot. I've got hard, I can easily heal this. I just couldn't heal it when he was like attacking me with full attack speed. There's actually something we may need to do. We need to give the bosses attack speed so Shiva's guard isn't as impactful on them. Because currently this guy has 4.2 seconds per attack. Yeah, that's maybe a bit silly. Alright, cool. Killed him. Cool, cool, cool. Go ahead and upgrade that Desolator, which Desolator, by the way, I think is pretty good now. I buffed it a little bit, and now that armor is less relevant, right? Because Shiva's Cuirass is no longer a thing. Or like, I guess less overpowered, right? Because Shiva's Cuirass isn't a thing anymore. Can you stop attacking my wolves? I really need these. They're supposed to slow your attack speed. Piece of shit. Damn it. Heart Transplant is a support item here. It's very powerful. You should try it.
I'll get it then.
Heart Transplant is super powerful. Also got a great name. Oh, come on. What is the proc chance on this? 20% and I'm not getting any. Are you fucking kidding me? think if I have both wolves, I can kill this guy. Alright. Or if I have any sort of backup. That would work too, I suppose. I suppose, if you say so. Nice thing about Lycan too is we already got crit. We don't really have to buy it. Isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient? Cool. We got that. Let's go and, nope, unlock this. Get ourselves a little bit more. Oh no. Okay, I think we managed to dodge that. We're getting chopped up pretty good over there. Got him. Oh, sorry man. Nah, you're not making it out of there. Nobody's making it out of there. Alright. 20 to go. I think we can just force it. I mean, this was a really one-sided game.
Yeah, let's do the tier 4.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. I've been trying to record something for a little bit now today, and this is really the last thing I can try. Like, you may notice my voice is not fully back yet. So. Clinks is super good, by the way.
Go for the rapier. Don't you go for the rapier?
Because you can't buy it.
That's the pure fortune. Well, go for it.
Okay.
Well, it costs a casual 160,000. Yeah, well, go for it.
Oh shit. The Scotty slow. It's too much. It's okay, we're fine. I need more attack speed. Oh shit, we're killing that already? Alright boys, I'm coming. Don't worry. I do damage. I actually hit really fucking hard. Okay, we got a level 4 core. I don't actually have the money for it yet.
Now I only need a casual fortune.
I think I'm gonna go clear out the cave really quick.
Not that much.
It doesn't give a lot of money right now. But wait, the cave is something we still need to fix. Like, it is currently not really a viable farming method, as you may notice. Hardly gives you anything. Well, this is also, well, currently this is level 1 cave. Level 1 cave should have been cleared a while ago.
Can't handle.
I feel like at this point my wolves could clear this cave on their own. Don't even need me. Oh, rip. Yeah. Again, this one is just level 1. It is something they really should have been taken care of a while ago. Yeah, Dagon is something people are asking. Not Dagon. Divine Rapier is something people are asking about. People are always like, "What's up with the Divine Rapier? Is it a bug that you can't buy it?" It's not a bug. I get. Dota doesn't let you spend more than 50,000 gold at once. Oh, we're really reaching the end of the line here. I was doing so well too. Yeah, but Dota doesn't let you spend more than 50,000 gold at once. So it is, in this sense, intentional that we haven't implemented a feature to let us spend more money than that yet. And the item is as such effectively disabled. But at the same time, we don't want it to stay this way, of course. We want to eventually make the item be just straight up available.
Hey, if anyone needs a core, I've got
Okay, but they're killing all of these bosses and I just don't even have the money for it.
Well, it would need a full jump, but you can't share.
Yeah. The cave gets too powerful too quickly. And
Nope, you can.
you don't, get enough money for it.
Because it doesn't
It's
work.
kind of a problem. But there are actually some funny strats. So Lich is the best hero at clearing the farming cave. By far, it's not even close.
Give his score to 1
And
at the beginning, make him like so powerful.
what I've seen like Chris and such do is essentially they take what's it called? They take Lich and clear out the cave repeatedly, constantly, and never-endingly, and then take Chen and Enchantress to dominate the insanely powerful creeps in the farming cave, and use that to become just nutty.
Look at that.
All right.
4800 GPM. Damn.
Okay, let's kill.
Yeah, max level. Oh, he's got max level farming boots. I've never actually seen somebody get those before. I gotta admit. Oh shit,
No,
this
that's
is
not
tough.
killable. Forget it.
It is.
But yeah, this gives like no money, sadly.
It may not be.
Yeah, you see that 190 gold. I'm really kind of wasting my time
I
here.
don't
This
deal any
is.
damage.
Actually,
I
it may.
shouldn't be spending so much effort on the farming cave. It is not very good. Oh, we're hexed. That's inconvenient. Well, luckily I'm a very fast pig at least. Okay, rip you. Probably rip you. Yeah, rip you. There's a duel down there. Cool, that's taking care of as well.
Okay, let's kill that one down.
Oh, by the way, there's some like things that I guess I should bring up as well. They're like exploits where you can pull the bosses into the fountain, and Spectre can run into the fountain and like explode and deal massive damage. Yeah, we're gonna fix that. It's just a work in progress. Right? Try to not abuse it too much because like, you know, I think bugs should be abused for as long as it takes for the developers to notice the bug. And once the developers notice the bug, there's no really real point to abusing it anymore. We know we're gonna fix it. It's just not instant. Let's go really tanky. Why not? Sounds fun. They're killing another tier 4. Oh, the Juggernaut is leaving too. Well, the game is essentially over. Right now, it's just us noodling about and trying to get as big as we can. Okay, I cannot use that thing. I don't have anywhere near enough money for that. Let's just go ahead and get ourselves the last few kills. How about that? Alright, 10 more kills to go. There's nothing really they can do to stop me from just running in here and like fucking them up.
Hey, Clara, help me out.
God, I have a lot of life. It's kind of nice, isn't it? It is kind of nice. They do hit really hard as well. Hard is actually just super awesome for Lycan like this. Because, you know, this is percent based damage. Or like, based on your... Yeah, it's percentage based on your base damage. Hard gives you 135 strength. 180 at max level. So that's some additional damage. Come here. Okay.
Now we need to kill a tier 3. Can we kill a Spartan?
Alright. Yeah, they got him. I guess we're just gonna keep clearing bosses. That's always the other thing you can kind of do to win. They're not coming out of their base anymore. Yeah. I kind of want to implement a mechanic that if you're like 50 kills ahead, you just straight up win. Right? Because I feel like if you're 50 kills ahead, there's no coming back from that. Or you can elect to win, right? You can just say, we take the victory. Right?
Like a dragon priest.
So if you don't want to, you don't have to, but... I mean, you probably want to, right? Okay, max out the heart. Well, yeah, look at that. 17,000 life. Let's go. I like that. I like how you get so absurdly powerful.
Yes,
It's really fun, isn't it? Just being able to hit things super hard. Having 17,000 life. Yeah, it's not as insane as in like Black Star or anything like that, but I think it's fair to say that it is more balanced. I don't know if I can do this on my own. I think I can actually. Funny. Gonna take a little bit, but that's just the strategy right now. Clear bosses until we win. The walls are helping, they're slowing down his attack speed. Have you guys been playing? I hope you guys have played some. That would be great. Oh. I think I should be able to clear this in a minute, right? Yeah, my ultimate just wore off.
Oh, there might be a clink.
That's quite a bit less
I
than.
can't sell upgrade cost, but I can sell my reflex core.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't really be able to sell that one either. Come on. There we go. Good boy. Only took forever.
Got it.
But it's a smaller version. That one is a little bit faster. That one is definitely a little bit faster.
Stands still.
Aw. Oh, actually, that may... No, not quite. I mean, I'll assume we'll win this duel. So we need one more kill. Oh, turns out it's actually gonna be close. Hey, look at that. There we go. And down here? Oh shit, you're gonna lose? Oh shit, he's gonna lose. Alright, 2 more kills. Well, let me just go ahead and poop out a board really quick, and then I'm gonna get those. 1. Yeah, you're quite tanky, but you're not tanky enough. There we go. Cool. And that's gonna do it. So again, I'm gonna try to get you guys proper videos as soon as I'm not dying anymore. I'll see you guys around. Goodbye.